हेलो नमस्कार आदाब सत श्री अकाल कसा काय केड़ो हाल आहे. Welcome to my show Spotlight with Abha. Once again I'm here in my show with an amazing personality. Today I think I should add 3-4 more amazing because the person we have with us is truly an amazing person. He is none other than memory guru Dr. B. Sai Kiran. Welcome Dr. Kiran to my show.
Thank you so much, Ms. Abha. Namaste, everybody.
Mr. Sai, let me tell you, friends, that Mr. Sai Kiran holds 5 Guinness Book of Records and 2 national records. Isn't it amazing? And the main thing is that he is champion of champions in Vedic maths. So, Mr. Sai Kiran, I just don't want to waste time by talking much. I'll straight away come to you that how you have developed this love for maths and when did you realize that you are master in it?
Well, speaking honestly, I was not at all a good student back in my childhood days. When I look back at my school days, like any of you guys out there, I too was very scared of mathematics. I was a mathophobe. I remember this one amazing incident which happened when I was in class 7, that tomorrow I had the math exam and today I was in the hospital. I don't know what happened to me. It seems I actually fainted. So they took me to the hospital, they put in the syringes to me. I only could open my eyes and see I was in the hospital. I was asking my mom, what happened? Then she said, no, you don't know what happened. I said, I don't know what happened. Okay, the next day after the exam was done, the math exam was done. Anyways, I was in the hospital. I couldn't go for my exam, right? I couldn't go to the school. The very evening, I was so perfect. People said, what the hell happened? Even till now, I didn't understand, what exactly happened then. So that was the fear of math, what I had towards mathematics. So all my school days, I never learned mathematics. And I should confess one more thing to you all, that in my 10th class, I cleared all the subjects, but I failed in one subject. And can you guess which is that?
Maths.
Obviously math. That was my fear towards mathematics. And I wrote it once again, and I just scored some mediocre marks and just passed, mathematics, And then the story happened that in my 11th and 12th, in our state we call it Inter 1 and 2. I chose the commerce group because of fear of mathematics. And later I did my bachelor's in commerce, and then I took to a job immediately. So the story happened that, because I didn't really work on my logic all my school days, when I faced the real life, I was a big loser. Believe me, I was a big loser. Because I couldn't procure a proper job, because I didn't have proper knowledge and intelligence to face the world. And almost I put in 7 years of service in different companies. Okay. And one fine day I realized that I'm a loser. So then, I had to do something about it, because as a kid, everybody has big dreams, right? Everybody wants to make it big in their life. I too had big dreams in my life. But with the kind of knowledge what I had then, that was almost impossible for me to achieve all my childhood goals. So I had to do just one thing. You know what? Just pray God, do some miracle in my life. And my prayers were answered, like Vedic math. Just, the 7th year when I was actually working, I actually came across my Guruji, Professor Tirutava Das, who taught me this Vedic mathematics. That's it. Life was not the same again. After learning Vedic math, I actually couldn't believe myself, the kind of mind power what I developed, the kind of calculation speeds what I developed. It was something outstanding. Even the people around me, they were amazed, how you do that?
Yeah.
Because of Vedic math. And, so first I learned it. I practiced for a few months, and the kind of improvement what I got, I couldn't believe it. And then I realized, hey, does Vedic math work only for me, or can I teach it to others and it also work for them? Let me check that. So I was actually working in the morning hours. In the evening I was free. So I used to call some kids near my house and ask them to I used to teach them some concepts in Vedic mathematics. So of course math, no kid will come because they'll be going to tuitions. There was few little guys who used to come to me to learn Vedic math. So I taught them Vedic math, and it worked on them too. Now how I came into teaching Vedic math, the profession, is some amazing story. So I was in some other job, I was doing all this. So what happened, the kids whom I taught near my house, they developed so well in mathematics. So they used to get very mediocre marks in mathematics, like me, okay, back in my school days. Suddenly the scores increased in the math. So the principal got a doubt. how come this fellow is improving just a few months?
Mm.
So he just caught up them and asked, like, how could you do like all this? How could you improve your scores in math? Then they said that near my house there's one uncle who teaches math.
Mm.
So he was a bit amazed, like, how can somebody teach math like that?
Mm.
So then in those days there was only telephones, like there were no cell phones. I'm talking about the year 2001. Okay,
Okay.
cell phones are only for the rich. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
not for middle class
yeah.
people. So like we had a telephone in our house. So that guy took the number and he called. That day I was not there in my home, so my mom picked the call. So that was a famous school in our area. So that man, Mr. Koteshwar Rao from Amravati Grammar School, called me. Called my mom and said, we need to talk to your son. Once he
Mm.
comes back, ask him to call on this number.
Mm.
And I came back home. He called me and said, "Sir, we would like to have a session with you in our school."
Mm.
And it was like shock for me because I never spoke before the audience. I was
True,
just into
true.
some profession where we're 9 to 5 job or something like that. So I never took a chance of speaking before the public.
Mm.
But still, I took the challenge. I know I will be teaching Vedic math to many children. I took this challenge, and the very first day, I just gave him some date, that I'll be coming on so and so date. So went to that school. Believe me, the day one was like the first session was facing was almost 200 plus kids, 200 plus,
Oh.
what I mean to say. And as I've seen the crowd, literally, believe me, my legs are shivering. Literally, I had no courage to face this crowd. But
Mm.
still, I had actually something to speak to the students, right?
Mm.
So I took over the desk and somehow I gave my presentation.
Mm.
And after the presentation, the children started coming and touching my feet.
Mm.
Well, this really touched me.
Oh.
They said, "So how you could do all this? It's so amazing."
Mm-hmm.
Then that really triggered some kind of devotional thoughts in me. I said to myself, what the hell is happening today? Then I said, okay, let me dedicate my life in teaching the children this divine knowledge. And
Mm.
that's how I came into teaching Vedic mathematics. So I
Wow.
actually started my career. I actually left my job. I started teaching Vedic math students, and I started in the year 2001 when
Mm-hmm.
nobody knew about Vedic math in the market. When I used to
Mm-hmm.
go to schools and tell them that I teach Vedic math, people
Mm.
used to make fun of me. Are you a Brahmin? Do you know Sanskrit?
Mm-hmm.
So all these kind of things. They say, how can Vedic math be applied to school maths? School math is so complicated and tough. How can ordinary Vedic math solve the school math? All these challenges I faced. But somehow I actually stuck to this profession only. And believe
So,
me, in 2001 I came into profession. By 2002, 1 and 2, I became famous all throughout my city where I stay right now, Hyderabad.
okay.
And in 2003, I even started going out of Hyderabad. Even schools
Mm-hmm.
from outside Hyderabad started inviting me for programs.
Okay.
From 2004, I started going pan India,
Mm-hmm.
and my first abroad trip was in the year 2005.
Great.
I mean, even people abroad started coming to know about me, and they started inviting me to give lectures in other countries too. So that's how my
Mm-hmm.
journey started.
This is really interesting and amazing because one could never believe that person who is known as today the champion of champions in maths, like once upon a time he never liked maths. So this is really surprising to know. Okay, now
I have
you
to tell you
have,
that I
yeah.
actually never consider myself to be a master or a genius because whatever I know today, because standing at this juncture, I know whatever I know today, it's just a fraction of a drop, not even a drop in the ocean, what I know. But there's a lot to be learned, but people are so amazed with my presentations and the way I teach everything. They're so much because I'm slightly more than others. That's it. What makes me outstanding is that little knowledge what I know beyond them. So
Mhm.
anybody can learn Vedic math. Anybody can learn it. Anybody can become genius because Vedic math is a amazing system of mathematics. It's been developed to produce intellectuals.
Okay.
Every child out there is a born intellectual, but the inputs what you give to the child will actually determine his level of intelligence. So Vedic math is actually the right kind of inputs for the kids.
Mhm.
Okay, and if you can teach Vedic math to kids, we can produce a genius generation.
True, true. Because these are the tricks I've heard that they are very simple and easy. Anyone can, if applied, can do miracles, right? Well, okay. Now I just want to just go one step ahead. That you have created so many world records, like 5 world records, Guinness Book of Records you hold, and then 2 national record you hold. So can you please brief us about all those records? That in what different section? How can one create records in maths?
Okay. Let me see. There's one misconception in the public that I have just one Guinness record and remaining four are other records. The people know only about one company called Guinness World Records. Okay.
Okay.
But then there are many other companies apart from Guinness which actually like register these records.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the RHR World Record, Unique World Records, Global World Records,
Okay.
then Assist World Records. Now there are a
Mm-hmm.
gamut of companies which register the world records.
Mm.
But what is like the Guinness has become popular because it's the oldest in the market. So
Mm.
like people know only about the Guinness. So like I have totally five world records and two national records. So four of them are in mathematics and one of them is in memory.
Okay.
In memory, I was able to commit to a memory 100 very difficult words. It
Mm-hmm.
was not like any objects. Like usually we see demonstration where people say some objects, tangible objects,
Mm.
like pen, chair, towel, whatever tangible things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they commit to memory that. But I took a very difficult challenge because I was also trained in this memory by one more Guruji, Madugula Nagafani Sharmaji.
Okay.
He's a Vedic Brahmin.
Mm.
Okay, so he has taught me the Vedic system of committing the things to memory.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the technique how to commit the tough things to memory because I have the Vedic base.
Mm.
So when I've seen some people performing records and remembering the objects, I said to myself, let me give myself a toughest challenge of
Mm.
trying to commit to memory very difficult words.
Mm.
So this event happened in the year 2009.
Okay.
We called all the top intellectuals of Hyderabad,
Mm.
so-called the top intellectual class people,
Mm-hmm.
and we posed them a challenge to give me one complicated word. Everybody must give me one tougher whatever they know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was not. Then the rule is there should not be any object in that. No
Mm-hmm.
table, no pencil, no car, no tangible object.
Mm-hmm.
It should be some scientific term or some complicated English word or something like that. Okay. And then I did this record. Let me tell you a few words what they gave me in this demonstration. Okay. People tried different things like the word something like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious,
My
like
God.
flossing or helipilification.
Yeah.
Then the
Yeah.
longest one given to me in this demo was pneumono ultra microscopic silico volcanoconiosis.
My
We're also
God.
given some French words like bonjour, dasvidania, some foreign words, what I mean to say, and
Uh-huh.
some Sanskrit words like asadharana, dharana, dharanodu. It's all one
My God.
single word.
Uh-huh.
People want to check really does this memory work or not. And
Mm-hmm.
I called so-called the intellectual class of our city. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously they have that ego, right, to check
Yes.
whether I can really do it or not. So
Mm-hmm.
I, and like, yes, let me do it because I've been practicing the Vedic system of memory. So
Mm-hmm.
I took it as a challenge, and then I did it. And after this was the first record actually in the
Okay.
memory in
Mm.
2009.
Mm.
And after that, the kind of publicity what I got in the media,
Mm-hmm.
it actually made me a celebrity overnight. Because it was something which nobody has seen before.
True. True.
So by leaps and bounds today, I came up to this level. Today, I have my global partners in 14. I've been to 14 countries till now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then I have my partners there. I've traveled pan India twice till now. From
Okay.
Srinagar to Kanyakumari, I've traveled till now twice in this 20
Wow.
years of my career.
Great.
So altogether amazing life. All thanks to Vedic math and Vedic memory. But for this kind of knowledge, I would have been like any ordinary guy working from 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm. There was one record you made about super subtraction.
All right. Yes.
So can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I first did it in 2012. A 60 digit. A 70 number in 60 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then recently, like in 2018, I actually beautified that. I actually bettered my own record. I did it in Surat only, your city only, in
Oh.
2018. Yeah, and I did the same in 100 digit, the
Oh.
100 digit number in a time. Yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
there's a latest record,
Mm-hmm.
and I also did some records in multiplications and divisions, all these things I did it. You can get the information on the Google. Just go to Google and put in the keywords Sai Kiran Vedic Math.
Okay.
Okay, so you can get all the information about my records.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't post anything people like you, they just posted everything there. About more than 25 to 30 pages about me on the Google.
Mm-hmm.
Just you can only get one of my website. That's all. Rest of all are posted by the people. Actually the school people or the children who have seen my programs.
Mm.
They give the feedback.
Okay. So, what are your upcoming projects, or what are currently projects going on in Vedic maths from your side?
So right now I'm actually quite busy with my online sessions. I'm actually talking to students of Australia,
Mm-hmm.
students of Gulf,
Mm-hmm.
students of Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm also talking to students of some of the European countries, and I'm also talking to students of US. And there's a tremendous response for me in US. In US, like like it really caught up so well. Like I'm not getting time to sleep. In fact, every day night it will be 12 o'clock by the time I actually finish my sessions, and I need to upload certain things. I go
Mm-hmm.
to bed at 12:30 or something. Then I have to wake up again by 4:30 again in the morning to take the class for the US students. For them, it's evening, right? 4:30 in the morning for us is like evening for them. So like
Mm-hmm.
life has become so hectic. So many people are leaning towards Vedic math now. They understood the benefits of Vedic math. And
Mm-hmm.
today, I think I'm one among those very few people in the world who can train not just Vedic math arithmetic. I can also
Mm-hmm.
teach Vedic math algebra also.
Okay.
Algebra
Okay.
happens to be a very complicated subject, right?
True. True.
The way how it is taught in the general academics, it's very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the kids literally shun mathematics. They hate it. Okay.
Yes, I'm
But
one of
Vedic math
them.
shows a beautiful method. Most
I'm one of them.
I get the same answer. Like whenever I talk about math in the school, like the heads of the schools, like the CEOs of that schools or the proprietors, they say the same thing. The same thing with me. Like no, it's actually a fact that almost 90% students across the globe, more than 95 either. Why 90?
Mm-hmm.
They hate mathematics. They are weak in mathematics,
Yeah.
and just that less than 5% kids of the 5%, 3% manage it somehow. They buy hard or do something they manage, and
Mm.
only 2%, less than 2% kids, they somehow get along with mathematics.
True. True.
Otherwise, most of majority of the kids literally don't learn mathematics at all the right way. And
Yeah.
the reasons are many, because the math what you're learning right now in our general academics, it's actually called as the European mathematics. Many people are not aware about it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the math what you're following today in the schools, whatever methodologies of calculations, what we're following,
Mm-hmm.
they have been developed by the Europeans. I'll name a few Europeans who contributed to this kind of math what you're following right now, this complicated mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
People like Euler, all these people are, European mathematicians. Euler, Pascal, Pell, Pythagoras, Archimedes,
Mm-hmm.
Newton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are the people who actually developed this kind of mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
They're very long and lengthy because these people didn't add the number system like what we Indians had, the decimal number system, 0 to 9, using 0 to 9. The world is following the same number system. And many people are not aware that this number system, what the world is following right now, it's given by India.
Yeah.
And
True.
nobody's
True.
aware about it. It's
True.
called the decimal number system. People
Yeah.
think it's only India gave only 0. Incorrect.
Yes. Yeah.
India gave all the digits from 0 to 9. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it's called the decimal number system, which we call
Mm-hmm.
it as Dashamsha Paddhati in Sanskrit.
Okay.
Okay, and today the entire world is enjoying the benefits. And you also
Mm-hmm.
know one quote about Einstein. You can search in the Google about it. He said we should be thankful to the Hindus because in those days there was nothing called India.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in those days they used to call this part of the globe as the Hindus. He
Mm-hmm.
said that we should be thankful to the Hindus for their contribution towards number theory.
Mm-hmm.
Without this number theory, he said there wouldn't have been any modern technology today, whatever we are enjoying today.
True.
You can search this quote in the Google right away. This was
Mm-hmm.
told by personally Albert Einstein himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the greatness of our motherland, okay, where we actually celebrated independence just yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
should feel proud about our country, not just because we stay in this part of the globe, because ours is the only country which where the Vedas took birth,
True.
and
True.
from Vedas only the Vedic math has derived. Okay,
Yeah, but
that's the
actually the
greatness
thing
of
is
our.
there, since we have got independence, but our minds have not got free from the slavery. So whatever Western countries do, we believe to follow them, and even though that thing is brought from our country, still we'll feel that they are, if they are doing, that is the best thing. We never realize we have the bestest thing in our country.
Absolutely right, Mr. Abha. Let me tell you one thing. We can take the situation right away. Right now, what's happening? I'm
Yeah,
talking to you in not our local language. I'm talking to you in English. Had I
true,
spoken
true,
to you in Hindi or Gujarati, all the viewers, what they think, they think that, oh, this guy is a illiterate guy. They think that. The
true,
viewers
true,
there.
true,
Now, when I'm actually
absolutely
speaking
true.
in English, probably they will think that sir is probably highly qualified. They think that, okay. But if I speak in any local language of Marathi or Gujarati or Tamil or Telugu, they obviously take me for a illiterate fellow. Okay. Number
Yeah.
two, I came in this Western outfit, right? I came in the
Yeah.
Western outfit. So all you guys think that I'm educated.
Yeah.
And if I come in a Indian traditional dress like dhoti or any Indian dress or sherwani, you guys think that this fellow is a country brute. Or no other
True.
option, no? You
True,
literally say
true,
that.
true. I
Okay.
absolutely agree.
That's where
Yeah.
our mind has conditioned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, see, it's been just, 73 years of independence. But then, like we were slaves for under the British for more than 250 years. And to be
Yeah.
more precise, we were under the reign of foreign rulers for more than 1,000 years. Not
True.
just the British. The British, we had the Turkish people coming into India. Then we had the Mughals. Then later we had the Portuguese. Later we
Yeah.
had the Dutch. Later we had the French. Finally the Britishers.
True,
For
true.
almost
Agree.
1,000 years, India was under the clutches of foreign rule. So it will not, immediately come out. What I mean to say. Now all the people out there, please, move towards the traditional Gurukul system of education. Okay, now we see that today all the modern youth out there, they follow the Western system and literally screw up their life.
True.
I see most of the people who are graduated, M.Com, M.Tech, all M degrees, and no job. Though they get a job, they get a mediocre job, mediocre life. But the people who are the people who are illiterates, they are making a good fortune.
100%.
What I mean to say, yeah, because I've seen personally, I've seen that. I've actually come to Gujarat. I was shocked to see that most of the big company owners, including the diamond company owners, are not highly qualified. I went
Agree.
to some of the diamond factories out there in Surat. I was shocked to see the owner of the company is not qualified. He didn't even go to 7th class at least. He's not in
Yeah.
7th class,
Yeah.
but he runs almost $1 billion business per annum.
True.
So what I
True.
mean to say, qualification is not in your M and B degrees. Qualification is in improving your intelligence by
True.
learning some Vedic things like Vedic math, memory skills, and there's so many. In fact, in India, back in the ancient days, they used to follow the Gurukul education system. That's why India was the richest country in the world. Okay, from time immemorial till the foreigners came to India.
True. True.
India was so filthy rich. If you know about the history of India, India was called as Sone ki Chidiya, the golden bird.
Yes.
That's why you see all these foreigners rushing to India. Why not to other countries? Why they want to come to India? Because India was overflowing with a lot of success. It's all because India was following the Vedic system of education.
True.
And today that system has been abolished, and today we are following all the Vedic system the Western system of education. And today that's the reason why we almost became one of those poor nations in the world. See, in just
Yeah.
250 years, India becomes one of the poorest nations in the world. Okay, now what exactly went wrong? But don't say it's not just money. It's basically the education what we are getting through this system.
True.
So now the philanthropists, educationists, and the governments must take initiatives to bring back the lost glory of India by implementing. Now, it's actually a welcome sign for this national education policy. Now they're designed in such a way. I'm really feeling so happy about it. Now the children will get to learn whatever they want to learn. Formerly, it was a system where whatever trash they want to give, we had to learn that. Now they have to give us whatever we want. So this generation will really have a very good time getting education. So they can explore more of their inner potentials, and they can make it big. So in this time, if we can implement the Gurukul education system, so I think it would be an amazing thing, and we can produce a very genius generation in a very less span of time. It will not take more than 20, 25 years to make our country a superpower in the world if we can implement the Vedic system of education.
Perfectly true. Perfectly right. Okay, Mr. Sai Kiran, I'm not going to leave you before you show one or two Vedic math tricks to my viewers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Okay. Now, Vedic math is actually, it takes time. Now, in our school, it will be a lifetime process. It goes on and on and on and on. Okay, even after 30 years, you'll not learn complete mathematics. But in Vedic math, that's not the scenario. You can, okay, if there's a fairly good child, 1 year is more than sufficient to teach him complete math. Complete math, what I'm talking about.
Okay.
If the child is fairly average, 1.5 to 2 years. If the child is dull, really very dull, then it will take 2.5 to 3 years. That's it. What they
What
teach
is it?
20, 25 years in the general academics, you can finish off in such a short span of time.
Is it
Okay, now let
possible?
me demonstrate to you some techniques through Vedic mathematics.
Yeah.
Um, can you see the screen, Saba?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, now see, certain things I can teach you, certain things I can't teach you, but certain things I can demonstrate to you. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Now I'll first get started with. No, I cannot teach math or memory again. Online there'll be lot many doubts, but people you tell me something I remember. Somebody tells somebody was beside you, was writing on the paper. He was showing you like this. There's so many things. When I did demonstration on the online on memory
Yeah.
for memory, people had so many doubts. So memory I can't demonstrate right now, but I'll try to demonstrate and teach you some techniques in Vedic math. I want to show you the the difference between conventional math and Vedic math.
Okay.
Conventional math is complicated. You'll be understanding once we go through all this. Okay.
Mm.
Now you know that basically mathematics talks about the basic four operations:
Mm.
the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, and division. That's all.
Yeah.
Math only deals with the four operations only. Nothing beyond that.
Yes.
Whatever else you do in mathematics is based on these four operations only.
True.
Be it algebra, be it geometry, be it trigonometry, be it calculus, be it matrices, be it progressions, be it whatever the branch of math. It has to go around these four operations only. Nothing
True.
more than that.
True.
And the beauty about the ancient Indians is, for these four operations, they picked up only one operation, and that is just addition.
Okay.
Just by using additions, they have shown how we can deal with subtraction. I mean, we can subtract using addition.
Oh.
They have shown how to multiply using addition.
Mm-hmm.
They have also shown how you can divide using even division using addition.
Okay.
So they showed only one operation, that is addition only. With that, they have shown how we can deal with the other operations also.
Okay.
This is something miracle,
Yeah.
Okay, now let me demonstrate you one addition problem. Now I think if I write this problem, anyone will be freaked out, looking at the problem. Okay, here's the problem. The problem goes something like this. I think by now only many might have got freaked out, but I didn't even write half number yet.
Oh. Even I am getting my head rolling now.
Okay. So it takes time to write these numbers, okay? But calculation will take much less time. Okay, such a big problem. Okay. To this number, you need to add a number like this. Number something like 6, 9, 7, 8.
If I'll sit to solve, it will take whole day.
I understand. See, when had you asked me this question probably 22 years back, I would have probably fainted. Okay. But today, because I know the Vedic, not only me, my students have performed world records in this. My students,
great.
actually learned Vedic math from me. Even they also perform world records in mathematics. And the beauty is 9. Okay, let's take this number as 8. Okay, I mean to make it more complicated. 8. Okay, this number would be 8. Okay. Right now, see, such a big problem. Okay, just count the digits in the meantime, Miss Abha. Till I draw the line, can you just count the digits? How many numbers are there totally? I mean, only in the top row.
36.
26.
36.
36. Oh my God. This will not even fit into your calci. Do you know that, Miss Abha?
It won't
This
fit.
problem will not even fit into your calculator. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. And if I ask any normal person and ask them how much time would it take to calculate this, they may say probably 4 or 5 minutes. And when I say them to calculate them, they say no way, I can do it, but I'll not do it because it's very tedious to take on such a big problem, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you have your timer, if you have a mobile phone, can you just turn on the timer, Miss Abha? If you can just turn on the timer in your mobile, just you have something called clock. Go to clock and you have something called stopwatch. Just keep it ready. Don't, start it now.
Okay.
It's ready now. Wait. Now let me, because it's actually a virtual board. Had it been a real board or a paper, I can perform very fast. But even then, I can do very fast on the virtual board. It's
Okay.
actually a plastic sheet what I'm writing on.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall I start?
What is ready? Yeah.
Yeah.
My time starts now. I'm done.
Oh God, this is
How many seconds was
really
that, Prasad?
amazing, amazing,
How many seconds was
amazing.
that?
It was 31.04 seconds. It is
31
just
seconds. See,
because you are
honestly
using this
speaking,
virtual. I think if you have done on paper, it would have faster than this. I think.
that's right. Had I done it on the paper, probably I would
Yeah.
accomplish it in maybe 20 to 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Because actually virtual board, it's not that easy to write on the virtual board. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my speed. Okay. And even not only me, even my students do this. I
Okay.
mean, even one of my students, actually performed a record. He like added a 70 digit to 70 plus 70 digits in just about 40 seconds or something. That's the world record, existing world record. So
And
I mean,
normally we start maths from like right to left. The last digit we
yeah, did you actually see it? Very good. Did you see that? See,
Yes.
in
Yes.
the normal academics method, we do it from right to left. But did you
Yeah.
see that I calculated from left to
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That was really amazing. That was really
Yeah.
amazing.
Now, this is what many modern mathematicians don't agree with. They say it's impossible. We can
True.
never calculate from left to right. But
Yeah.
Vedic math breaks all those rules.
Great.
We can
Great.
calculate from left to right, and look at the speed what I got.
True.
Okay.
100%.
So
Till now
now,
it was, I was feeling unbelievable kind of thing, but now I'm seeing happening in front of me. So I'm totally speechless, totally spellbound.
one thing is, like anybody can do it. So it's not that only I can do that.
Yeah.
See, in the past we had some of the uh, mathematicians who know about this Vedic mathematics. They used to demonstrate. I know about many such people who used to perform before the public, and when the children used to ask them how we could do that, they never used to reveal the secrets. Never ever, never ever. I've seen one such person back in my school days. There was one guy who came to our school, and not all, just a few. I mean, what he knows some techniques. He performed before us, and we were all spellbound. And we asked this guy like how we can do it like you, and he has to say that no, it's an inborn talent for me. You can't do it. So I too believed all that. We have no other option, right? As
Yeah.
children, we all believe that until I learned Vedic math. I came to know whatever they are saying, it's a hoax. Anybody can learn this. The only criteria is we need to have the brain. That's it.
True.
And almost
Can we
everybody
come
has a
on,
brain, right?
come on the full screen? Can we come on full screen now?
You want, okay, that's enough for me, or you want some more, or like that's enough?
I think for now it is enough because I'm totally, it's mine has
Okay, because
really
this is
gone
actually not,
blown.
this is not a
Yeah.
session for demonstrating Vedic. I
I'll
just gave
definitely
one.
keep one more session to learn these tricks. Definitely. I'm definitely going to
Surely,
record
I'm,
one
I'm
more
always willing
session.
to, I'm always willing to share my knowledge with, the people out there.
Yeah.
So I can just Google about me, like Vedic, Sai Kiran Vedic math. You can get to know more about me. In this 20 years of my career, believe it or not, almost 8 years of my career, I did all free programs. I never charged a single penny. I never
Oh.
a single penny. Okay. But despite that, the kind of success what I made, well, that is a wonderful story to tell the world. I never charged anything, but success came to me like in multiples, in multiple fold that came back to me. So
Because you
that's what
did it
happens
with
in the
pure heart.
universe.
You did it with a pure, pure thing in
Absolutely
your
right.
mind, pure feeling in the mind that you want to teach something noble to the children. Right. So
Well,
that's the
people
thing.
ask me what's the secret of your success. Like I just tell them something like this. See, when I learned Vedic math, I was so excited. So like I wanted to teach this to the world. So what happened? I used to, whenever the schools invite me, I used to go and give free lectures there. And after they see the lecture, they were so spellbound, and they used to give it back to me, see, because there's no money involved there. I get it energy. But if I invest some money into the program, and if I don't get the money, I probably can't show that energy, right? So
Yes.
I just give it to the world. Whatever I actually learned, I give it back to the world, and the universe gave it back to me. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So
So
there's a
my
great
suggestion to
value
all
to
you people,
learn with this also. along with this techniques, there is a great value also behind this to learn the way you are devoting to the society. So that is really
Yes, ma'am.
commendable. That is really commendable.
My pleasure.
Sai, I want to stop screen sharing so that we can come on the full screen.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really amazing session, amazing session. I feel like
Pleasure
talking
is all
on and
mine.
on, but because time is limited, so we have to end this program. But before leaving, I just want one message for those people like me who actually don't like maths or they are scared of maths. The moment number comes, we are like, no, no, this is not my cup of tea. So, what message you want to give all of them?
Yes, please understand that math is the most easiest subject and math is the most important subject. You can't escape from it because
Yeah.
math is there everywhere. Math is there in
Mm-hmm.
my specs right now. It's
Mm-hmm.
there in my hair. It's there in the dress what I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
It's there everywhere. In every inch of the universe, there's math. You can't escape from it. And that's
Okay.
the only subject which is linked to your intelligence. So if you run away from math, you can never attain that intelligence in your life.
True.
So we have Vedic math. What I mean to say is like just at least learn one technique per day. One technique per day if you can learn in just probably a week to 10 days. The kind of mind power what you get, you can't believe yourself. The same thing happened with me when I learned Vedic math. After a few weeks, when I went to the mirror and I seen myself in the mirror, I asked myself, "Is it you?" Because the improvement was so high, like I can't believe myself. So the same thing will
True.
happen to you. So please
Yeah.
learn the right kind of knowledge instead you get linked with the wrong kind of knowledge and mess up with your life. Link with the
Mm-hmm.
right knowledge and make your life simple and beautiful. So that's the
Great.
message what I have to the world.
Fantastic. So this was Dr. Sai Kiran who amazed us with his live demo of his memory power with Vedic maths. So friends, I know you all are also very much eager that this session should not end, but we have a time limitation. Dr. Sai Kiran, I just want to inform you that this session, whatever we have recorded, will be telecasted on my YouTube channel, Abha Jadav, and also be broadcasted on Radio Brainrhyme, which will be heard globally in more than 14 countries. And of course, this program will be broadcasted for 15 days continuously, twice a day. Okay,
Amazing.
so for that you have to download Radio Brainrhyme application so that you can hear it and your students can hear their teacher.
Surely now you'll be getting a lot many students of mine. Will you
Yeah.
simply share the link of this recording so that I
Sure,
can share with
sure, we'll do that. With this, we come to end of this episode of Spotlight with Abha. We'll see you again in the next episode with one more amazing personality. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.
Namaste.